Hi, my name is Steve Brock, and I am the ML for the Carolinas, and I've been with Action Coach for 24 years. Prior to Action Coach, I was an operations guy, so I was in the factory, supply chain planning, things like that. As an ML, my primary focus is finding great people to be coaches and support them as they build their businesses, especially in the beginning, to make sure they get out of the gates quickly, and then lead the team and make sure everyone's on board with working with each other and working with the small business owners in the Carolinas. The best business coaches can come from all over, but most importantly, they're enthusiasts of business, they're lifetime learners, they're looking to give back to their local community and really help what I like to call the George Bailey businesses of the world. The ones that do all the living, development, community building, and really make every city tick. What inspired me to join Action Coach was that I grew up in a family business, and I was able to watch kind of the great parts of it and also the parts that weren't as great. So if I could get involved locally as an entrepreneur, I wanted to give back to the community that makes all the difference where I live and where most people live, because it's universal what we're able to do and how we're able to help business owners. And I love to see a business owner be able to hire a couple of people substantially and significantly, as opposed to getting all excited when a new company moves into town. Growing it from the ground up makes it long-term. So my business success, or biggest success since starting Action Coach, has been watching the coaches develop from being people that, in our case, 86% of them were working in corporate gigs before they became Action Coaches. And now they not only have the confidence to help others build businesses, but they're starting to also buy other businesses for themselves to build a lifetime of financial legacy. So it's interesting about the Action Coach community. My last corporate gig was in the furniture industry, which was completely in decline, and everybody basically hated each other trying to preserve their job. So one of the bright spots of Action Coach when I joined was that the community was there to not only support you as your business developed, but also to be there at any time you needed anything. And this was back in the early 2000s, where we didn't have Zoom. We didn't have any of the technology. So I would be calling people in New Zealand at 2:30 in the morning to get their experience and get their advice on how to work with companies in the Carolinas. The great thing about being with Action Coach as a franchisee is that you're in a space that is continually growing. The number of small businesses that are in the US, and I can really speak to the Carolinas well, there are just over 500,000 small businesses in the Carolinas. The stats that they will not be successful have been the same since the late 70s. So as an Action Coach franchisee, you can do a lot of positive things in the local community, as well as build a business that has recurring revenue. Recurring revenue is the greatest thing in a business possible. So we have lifetime value of clients. In the Carolinas, our average retention is just over 2 years. And so the revenue model becomes very consistent and the cost of goods is very low. So the great thing about collaborating within the Action Coach community is that we're all focused on the same thing, and that is the vision: world abundance through business re-education. And when everyone is pulling in the same direction, it's a little bit like Finding Nemo. When the tuna are all swimming in the same direction, pulling the net off the boat, we're all swimming in the same direction, helping business owners be successful. So when you go through the process of looking at becoming an Action Coach, there are a couple things to consider. One, are you willing to work with other coaches to help the community improve in what we deliver to the marketplace? Two, are you interested in helping local businesses achieve their dreams? And three, are you committed to a lifetime of learning, not only to keep your skills sharp and growing, but also be able to transfer that to other coaches as well as other clients? The great thing about Action Coach is that there really is no limit as to what you can do with it. So my game plan is to continue to develop the Carolinas, and we'll continue to build the team and help some people on the team build organizations for themselves.